camp life, this camp life, this camp life. Yeah, we live this camp life. Yeah, we prophesy 365 for this camp life, this camp life.
Boots lace, you know we came to ride. All on your block, don't care about the odds. This truth is do or die. Come crown the kings and watch how we bling. We here 365. While you and your dreams, we on the scene, saving our people's lives. What a time to be alive when it's going down. I got both eyes on the same prize. If you're trying to build, then it's hammer time.
You understand that? What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, what's up? You got a question?
Hey, black is beautiful, my friend.
What'd you say?
Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful. Definitely so. You know who said that in the Bible?
But the only thing, man, is about this Jesus, man. I ain't rocking with this Jesus.
You're not rocking with the white Jesus.
Listen, black Jesus, you know, that's Moses, right? Moses wrote Genesis, right?
Moses was inspired to write Genesis.
That's recently. That's what, 1,000 years ago? Something maybe recently?
6,000, whatever. Okay, go ahead.
Not that far. It ain't that
Go
far.
ahead. Tell me.
So, Moses and the Pharaoh had a debate, right?
You said Moses and the Pharaoh.
What Pharaoh did they have?
When did that happen?
What's the Hebrews? The Jews, right?
Yeah, I'm asking when did it happen?
Was Moses part of Hebrews?
Moses is an Israelite.
Right, Israelite. Okay.
Right. From the tribe of Levi. Right.
Socrates, Herod, they all stole from Egypt.
Right.
But Egypt's like the name.
Mizraim.
What's it called?
Mizraim.
That's the real name of Egypt.
Mizraim.
Okay. I'm all about this right now. This is what I'm into right now.
Okay, so you're learning. All
My
praise.
thing is, you know, the 60s we tried nonviolence. That shit don't work no more. We tried to integrate. That shit don't work either.
But guess what? Watch this. Let me show you what does work. Go to Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 10. Watch this. Then we're going to go to Revelations 11:11. You know why you look at this Bible as something crazy? Because the only way you know this Bible is from what your enemy taught you.
A Bible to me is another collection of spiritual writings.
Hey, but listen to what I'm telling you. You know why you say that? Because you're looking at it from the eyesight of what your enemy taught you. But now let's look at it from the eyesight of what your brother's about to show you. Let's look at it from the eyesight of what your heavenly Father, the Black Messiah, wanted you to learn the Bible as. Watch this, Kenny. Watch, read.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 10.
Because we're still talking about being powerful and successful. Watch.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
That's what you're watching right now. You go on YouTube, type in IUIC. You're going to see exceeding great army standing up. Why? Because the breath is now in us. The laws of God is now within the Israelites.
Right. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
It's the whole house of Israel that's standing up. The so-called blacks, natives, and Latinos. Revelations 11:11. So we stood up as a great army. That's what's happening right now. And then let's see what's happening to the rest of the nations. Like this lady right here. Read.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them.
Again, the law, statutes, and commandments has entered into us. Read.
And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
That's what's going on in the earth. Great fear is falling upon all the rest of the nations. Because you know why? Because they know that we are the ones that always have rule. And whenever we rule, there's nothing can come against us.
Right.
There's no democracy when the Israelites rule the earth.
Right.
It's God's laws or death. Thus saith the black Christ. Go to Luke 13:3. That's what the black Christ said. Not that facetious white Christ. Not religion. Not Christianity. We don't come in that. We come in the power of the Lord. Read.
Luke 13, verse 3. I tell you, nay, but except ye repent,
Except you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments,
ye shall all likewise perish.
you will die. That's what Christ literally said. Keep the laws or drop dead. Period.
That being said,
Yeah.
you know, we had black Roman emperors.
You said what now?
We had black Roman emperors.
Correct.
Severus.
Okay.
We had
Septimius, okay.
warlords, Hannibal, like
Cannibal, yeah.
it's time for revolution. And again, there has to be some type of real change.
But listen to what you're saying. You're saying we had the emperors, we had that.
Yeah, that.
We've had revolution.
And they suppressed it. And it's been sleeping. So now listen, we're waking up now.
Right.
You know, we're God's people.
Right?
You know, the storm.
Hey, Kenny, look. Make sure you check out that flyer, all right? So you can be prosperous on this earth. Learn your laws, statutes, and commandments of God. Make sure you understand who you are according to the Lord, and start keeping the commandments. Now you say it's time for us to what? What's your name, by the way, bro?
My name's Brian.
Brian, I'm Yari.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you as well. So you said it's time for a revolution,
That's
right?
actually my slave name, so I need a new name, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel it. I feel it. But see, look, this is. I'm trying to get you to understand something. When you say it's time for a new revolution, this is the revolution. Because see, this is what I like to say.
I feel it. I feel it.
What I like to say is it's not about revolution. You know what time we're in? It's revelation.
Right.
We are in the revealing of Black Christ. We are in the time that we are waking up according to the prophecies of God, learning who we are, the children of Israel, and knowing that we are the most powerful nation on the earth, knowing that we have the God-given right to rule the earth. Why? In the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the part that we have always missed in our revolutions. Right? When we stood up, when the Brown Berets stood up, we missed the law, statutes, and commandments. Black Panthers, they stood up, missed the law, statutes, and commandments. You see that? Said Brown Berets. He said, See that? Our Puerto Rican brothers. You know what I'm saying? Look, when AIM, the American Indian Association, when they stood up, guess what? They forgot the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
So all of our revolutions are missing one thing, Brian. The law, statutes, and commandments.
That's
but
right.
today we're standing up with the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why nothing can come against us. They tried to take us to court just the other day. Guess what happened? Found not guilty. You know why? Because we're blasting the Christian churches. That's why. Because we're going to their doorsteps. Nothing's going to stand against this.
I believe it.
But see, I want you to understand. You have to understand this is the revolution that you speak of.
You say revolution, I say information age. You can just blast information.
But listen, but check it out. What is the most critical information that we need to know? Our culture.
Listen, but you can't learn our culture on Google. You need to go there. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, watch this. But you go to the land, what you gonna find?
Now it's on Google.
You're gonna find lies, though. You're still gonna find lies. You go to the land, what you gonna end up doing? You gonna end up writing down something and sticking it in a freaking wall.
So when I go to the land and I see the people that's controlling it, not from my land, then again, there needs to be some type of
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Look at Haiti. Look, there's so many places where the white man comes, steal the resources.
Exactly.
China's doing that right now.
So now let me ask you a question. Why does that happen? Or how did that happen? Why did it happen? Why are we in this mess?
So my friend, listen, I studied computer programming.
146 verse 9. I'm going to show you why.
Let me hear why. I believe I do computer programming. And this time, listen, we can't fight with guns this time. It's a different type of war.
Look, what you're saying is absolutely true. Matter of fact, hold that. Go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what you're saying is exactly.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
See that? Although we walk in the flesh, we don't war at the flesh. Read.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal no more. Read.
but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's the information. We're pulling down strongholds. You know what a stronghold is? All are created equal. That's a stronghold. You know what another stronghold is? Christ looked like this. That's a stronghold on our people. Now you may have come out of that and understand that that's not true, but think about it. Our people believe that. And all our churches and all our grandma's houses did what you see.
Hey, there's a saying, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Right.
So if your family knows this, more than likely you're going to know this too.
Right.
And it's hard to
Come out of it. But that's why we said it's a different war. We're pulling down the strongholds on our people. Because guess what? All are not created equal either.
Marcus Garvey, what they do, Marcus
You see
Garvey?
that? They made him look like he was crazy.
Listen,
And then sent them away.
they try to take our people away.
Guess what? They did that to everyone who tried to stand up for us. Why though? Why though, Brian? Because they did it without the laws, statutes, and commandments of God.
Right.
This is the new warfare. Read.
Casting down imagination.
Casting down imagination. What are vain imaginations? I already went over. That democracy is real. That all is created equal. That our educational system teaches us something. Read.
And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God.
Every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. How about science? How about the Big Bang Theory? All these things that exalt themselves above God. We're casting all that down. We're saying that is simply a lie. That's the new warfare. That's the age of information, Brian. Read.
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
We're bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
What Bible is this?
This is the King James.
That's the white Bible, bro.
No, that's the Bible that you think is the white Bible.
Yes.
Let me see this.
Who translated that Bible?
Watch this.
Who translated that Bible?
Now you're saying who translated it as far as Constantine, right? Is that what you're gonna say? You're gonna say Council of Nicaea, right? I already know, bro. Trust me, I've been through that.
100%.
I've been through that. Look, but check it out. Listen. This is what God said. Go to Revelation chapter 2, verse 25.
What you say, not the Bible.
I'm reading through the Bible. Listen, the Bible is what? Inspired by who? Who gave the knowledge in the Bible? The prophets of God. I am a prophet of God. Yeah, we are gods. But guess what? But we die like men if we don't keep the commandments of God. Read.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
So Christ, in the revelation, in the revealing of Christ, he said, that which you have already, right here, hold fast till I come, including the Apocrypha. Let's not forget, this has the Apocrypha in it.
Hey, so for
Including that. Read.
you like Dr. Ray Clark, right? He don't preach things. He used to be honest.
But what is he doing?
Dr. Ben Joseph, I mean, he tried.
But how did he fail?
Before his time,
Because he didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Look, I'm telling you, our people love to run away from the law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
It said, he that overcometh and keep my works to the end, he, hey bro in the white, do you want power over the nations? You want power over the nations? No, he don't want power over the nations. He want to go catch that train and serve the nations. Look, it said what? Read it again.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
He that keep my works to the end, to him I give power over the nations. Now we got to see, well, what are the works that he's talking about? Exodus chapter 20, or verse 18. I'm glad you asked that. Let me show you. Read this. I'm going to give you the works real quick.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 20.
Kenny, I hope you heard that. Keep the works of God to the end to have power over the nations. Read.
And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do.
This is Exodus chapter 18, verse 20. Show the ways, the commandments, and the ordinances, and the work they must do. That's the work. We keep that to the end, we're going to have power over the nations. That is the end game. Watch this. Go back to Psalms 146, verse 9. Read that. Read.
Psalm chapter 146, verse 9. The Lord preserveth the strangers. He relieveth the fatherless and widows. But the way of the wicked, he turneth upside down.
So it says the Lord turns the way of the wicked upside down. How does he do that? Go to Acts chapter 17. You know what I was, 17, 16? It said he gonna turn the ways of the wicked upside down. Whether we realize it or not, it's happening right now today. All this chaos in the earth that you see going on, that's because the children of Israel are waking up. And we're going out teaching every single day. Read.
Acts chapter 17, verse 16. Now while Paul waited for them in Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. Then certain philosophers and Epicureans and
Stop. So it said Paul seen that the city was set with all sorts of idolatry. He got into the marketplaces and disputed with them daily, right? He's a prophet. Now you believe Paul is an apostle, right?
So my thing is, I love the story. I feel what it does. Okay. My thing is, what's the logistics? How we gonna get money? I love that, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Watch. Read verse 6 now. I'm gonna show you. Trust me. I'm gonna show you. Read.
I want to hear the groundwork for real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Finish that.
Psalm chapter 146.
No. Go back to Acts 17, verse 6 now.
Acts chapter 17, verse 6. And when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also, whom Jason have received.
Did you You hear what they said? They said Paul and them turning the world upside down. That's how God is going to turn the ways of the wicked upside down with his prophet, with his apostles. Now you said, what is the logistics? What is the groundwork? Let me show you. Go to Zephaniah 2, verse 1. I'm showing you. You want to hear it from the standpoint of carnality. It's not carnal no more, bro.
This is our result now today.
No, this is what we haven't been doing. What we've been doing is living in carnality. This is what we've been doing. We've been meeting up as black folk, coming together, and we've been having discussions, and we've been saying we got to come together and build business.
Why?
We got to come together and do this.
Why do you say that?
You know why? Because we need some sort of
We
structure.
used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.